been very lenient as far as been going through some different personal things. A couple different times I couldn't make it here to the show. They covered us beautifully, and I want to thank him very much for that. I think it was a very nice thing that he did. And once again, we're joined by the Rocco family, who might be the nicest family in rock and roll, absolutely. And Ronnie was talking to us about how he got started, his father buying him a drum, and I was telling him about the legacy, your legacy in town. I mean, you're really highly thought of, and sometimes it's hard when you're at a vantage point to realize what other people think of you. But you are a legend in this area. You just are a legend. Your name comes up, and you've influenced so many young drummers. I mean, look what you've done to your own family. You've influenced so many people. You're just one of those names. Well, first of all, you got the coolest name in rock and roll, I think, period.
That part, you're right.
That's a really cool name. I mean, it's a super cool name. But you really have influenced a lot of people, and I don't know if you even realize it. I don't know if you do. Did you ever think about that, all the younger drummers that you've... Even Jay Medinsky, who's now... You were recently playing with Widowmaker. You wanted to stop for a little bit. Jay took over. Jay's somebody... I grew up with Jay. He worshipped you.
Jay's great. I mean, Jay's done a lot for me personally.
And Jay works at Regal Tip now as their artist guy. I mean, so...
He endorsed me for the Sticks, and my son at the school. He's done work for the school. Jay's just a fantastic guy. If I've got to be replaced by anybody, let it be Jay.
Right.
You know, because just a great guy. I mean, now see, that's the type of person. I don't think of myself as a beloved figure in this town because I have two sides to me. I have a
little bipolar, are you saying? Because Josh is too.
Yeah, I have to take medication.
I have a letter that says I'm better though now. But honestly, I do agree with the part about influencing a lot of young drummers that have either seen me play or teach them. I taught for a long time, and in that respect, I still get email from people that I taught at the old Buffalo Drum Outlet. I don't mean the last place. I mean the place before that, over on Harlem. I taught there for a while. When I think of a beloved drummer in this town, I think of somebody like Jay or Teddy Reinhardt. Those are beloved figures.
Well, I think Ted is definitely. I agree, but I think you and Ted are the same. I mean, you're thought of the same way. Honestly,
I think maybe I would love to believe that. What I really feel about myself is when I'm around pros, like the last band I was in, and many of the other ones, I think I do very well with people, and I think those people have good memories. When I'm not around pros, sometimes I can be not the nicest guy to work for or with. So in that respect, I know that about myself. But it does seem that this town is very forgiving.
Oh, for sure.
Overall, like at my funeral, which has got to be coming up soon.
Never.
When I look at that list of what I've done, I tell my kids the only thing bad about this list of things that I've accomplished is that I've got to be toward the end of it.
No.
You know? But this town is phenomenal about forgetting the bad and remembering you for what you are good for. In that respect, maybe you're right. You know. But
I mean,
and guys like that.
I think of you and Teddy Reinhardt in the same vein, and you're both pros. Honestly, and I have to say this: the best sounding drum set I've ever heard in my life. Every time I hear you, is yours. It's tuned perfectly. You play it perfectly. One of the coolest things that you did with Widowmaker, which I don't know if a lot of people caught this or not, but there was a point. Michael Hunn's insane. We all know Michael. He's like a brother to all of us. He truly is frighteningly insane, and he's a consummate showman. But if you could be in the middle of any tune under the sun, and if somebody brought you shots, you would jump into this jazz segue. That was like the coolest drumming that I've ever heard in my life. Well, Michael was phenomenal on guitar too, but your drumming was always crisp, perfect, and you'd be going from a Def Leppard tune. You'd be in the middle of Def Leppard, just about to hit the chorus. Somebody would bring you shots. Shot break, boom.
It's over. You stop. You do it. Yeah.
I mean, it was just beautiful. I mean, really, the best sounding drum set consistently that I've ever heard in my life is. I mean, even big shows. Your set sounds amazing. You really take time to make sure that the little things matter, and that's important.
Part of that too. I mean, thank you for that. But Mike did the sound. He did a great job on that. And yeah, the shot break music is something I take with me everywhere I go. And we did 7 of them last night, and the crowd loved it. You got to have the shot break music, and you have to stop. And what you find out is, like, this one guy in the band last night said, "No, I'm right in the middle of it." I go, "Dude, I don't care what you're doing.
Right.
It stops right now.
Right.
Because, it's like the audience after a while starts to want to stop you at the worst possible moment because they feel like they're part of the show.
Sure, absolutely.
And as soon as bands start to realize, especially bar bands, as soon as a club band above it realizes it's not about you, it's about the crowd.
Absolutely.
It's about the people.
I've had this discussion with so many people that, until you're selling out, 2,500 seats because of your latest LP, you're an entertainer. And there's a difference between an entertainer and an artist, and there's a lot of people who get hung up on wanting that artist vibe, even though they're playing Tom Petty's music. Cut it out. You're an entertainer. And there's a lot of people. Wayne Newton's made a beautiful living being an entertainer. He has no regrets being an entertainer. But a lot of people will get hung up on, well, I'm an artist. Well, you're playing Last Dance by Mary Jane. You're an entertainer, and understanding that is important. You're a phenomenal vocalist, too. I mean, phenomenal vocals, unbelievable vocals. Have you always sung from behind the drums?
This is going to sound like, I really didn't want to talk too much directly about anything I was involved in. But again, I have to do what's right. Mike had a lot to do with that. I started singing leads not too long ago. But for some reason, Mike started asking me to sing this, go do this. And he'll throw something at you, and I kind of sing it now, and it's like, now I want to sing because I really enjoy it.
Oh, yeah, great at it, too.
I mean, I have a terrible speaking voice, but for some reason when I sing it, it doesn't sound like this. Or maybe it does.
I think you're just hard on yourself. I mean, and, the tunes that you sing are up there tunes. The Rod Stewart stuff's up there.
Yeah.
That's funny because that's Carmine playing on it, I think. I've heard you play a Maggie May, and I think Carmine plays drums on it.
I played in that band for a while, I know that.
Yeah, I think he plays drums on that, so it's kind of funny. So right now you've been taking a break, much like your daughter, but you're busier now than you've ever been. It seems like.
I'm playing a lot, man. It's like, again, the agents in this town, the support. Tom McGill jumped in right away, got me a steady at Rhinos every Wednesday.
Then you told me that this thing's going crazy.
It's getting nuts, and
it's like it's a jam night, right? It's a Wednesday.
No, it's not a jam night, but we will have people up. If you come in to play, you're going to play.
Okay.
But it's really just these two guys that I met on stage because I said, yeah, I'll do it. I'm not playing. And I said, how long do I have to learn the songs? And it told me a week. And then 20 minutes later, they said, you're on tonight because the guy walked out. He found out you were doing it, and he left. And so I played the first night. It went great. The second night, I sucked. No. But it's been a lot of fun. These two guys, Joe Shanahan and Marty Monty.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
They're both in the band, and they all sing. We all sing lead, and it's been working out real good. A lot of fun. And Dave Buffamani just started booking some dates for me in conjunction. The two agents are working together, and that was phenomenal. I've never seen them really do it like that before. And ESI even trying to find me a gig, Tom Burrow and the boys. So again, I think this town is really good at coming together when you need them. They might say, he's in this or he's in that, but when the chips are down, Buffalo and Rochester both have been very kind to me.
We're going to take a small break, and when we come back, actually, you're going to do the Ed Honick report.
Yeah.
But I want to talk to you real quickly about the difference in the music scene now as to a while ago, where, on Monday night you could play some place in the 70s and get 1,200 people through the door. It's a little bit different now. So you can hang and do another segment with us?
Absolutely.
All right.
My daughter, do nothing.
We're going to be back in just a little bit, folks. More Heard It on the X.